Don't be afraid of the dark, be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you, baby. Don't let them rain on your spark. Keep it close to your heart. All of the pressure's gonna drive you crazy. Close your eyes to the madness. In the morning it's all gonna vanish. Don't be afraid of the dark, be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you. Not every light is gonna guide you.
So as you guys can see, we are definitely doing camping differently now. We are towing our camping gear right here in this trailer instead of carrying it on the car. In a previous video, I talked about how we were going to do maybe a trailer or a canopy and tray setup, and we were trying to weigh up some of the pros and cons, myself and Amy. We were trying to figure out the best way for us to do our camping adventures. We sought out a few different trailer companies, camper trailer companies. One of them was Patriot Campers, who got back to us with a bunch of information on their trailers, and better still, they said, why not just borrow one for a little while, see how it works, see if you enjoy it, and we can test it out, which is exactly what we are going to do. We're doing a camping trip here at Running Creek Reserve, so we'll show you how to do a quick setup now, and we're also going to do some decent off-roading up in the high country in a later trip, so showing you guys how capable these compact trailers really are. So we are still learning how all of this stuff operates, because there's some pretty high-tech gear packed into this very small trailer. So it's really amazing what they've achieved, but we are still learning how everything operates. So what I'll do today is I'll show you how to unhitch it from the vehicle, how to level it out at the campground, and also set things up briefly. In a later video, I'll run through how to do a very in-depth setup and show you all of what this trailer has to offer. This one, we'll just run through some quick snippets of what's going on and how to achieve a quick setup from the X1-H. We will start off by unhitching from the car. So this trailer uses the Cruisemaster DO35 hitch receiver setup, which is really easy to use. So there's a top cap there, a dust cover. You take that one off, pop this button down there and push that back. So now it's unhitched and we can wind it up. So what we have to do is get the jockey wheel off the trailer, and it's in its holder here. This is for when you're traveling. That one up and pop it on here. It's got some spots there where it sits into. Close the lid and then tighten things back down again. The jockey wheel's in place. Pull up the handbrake, so when we unhitch the trailer, it doesn't go anywhere. So we need to take the chains off. And then there's the plug, trailer plug there. Just hang that over the top. So we're pretty much set up now where everything is ready to unhitch from the vehicle. So all we need to do is wind up the jockey wheel until the hitch receiver pulls away from the vehicle. So now the DO35 hitch receiver is completely separated from the vehicle. So to lift up the lid, we need to do a few things prior to doing that, and one of them is turning on the 12-volt system. So this is the compartment where that is housed, and there is some latches right here that you need to undo. They've got some little buttons on the side, some safety latches. Push that down and they flick straight up. Really easy once you get the hang of them, just like that. Here is the Red Vision Red Arc system that controls all of the power to the camper trailer. So at a push of a button, you can turn lights on, you can turn the 12-volt system on, water on, all those sorts of things. So what we're going to do to get the lid up is turn on the 12-volt system, and that will now allow us to lift the lid. But first you need to lift up the awning. So there's a couple of latches on the side. Once that's up in the air, there's some locking latches here, and that holds things in place nicely. So there's two ways to lift the lid. You have a hand controller here, up and down, pretty straightforward. And there's a manual override as well. This one right here, so you can push that button and it up and down, it lifts the lid or closes the lid. So the control is obviously the go-to, but just in case you misplace this, you don't have it handy, you can push that button instead. Works exactly the same. So let's go around here and have a look how this thing opens. So Amy's going to run us through how to set up the canvas part of the Patriot X1-H.
This one comes up and you kind of just give it a tug.
How easy is that?
Fold it, make sure there's click.
Click those side bits in. So there's some zips here for the canvas.
Zips on the side and some Velcro and just sticks it down. And you got to do the same on the other side. All the way up. And pull the Velcro down. That's it. And then you got to flip the mattress out, which has the ladder attached to get in. So there's a handle up the top with your muscles. Pull it back. Hold him out. There's a latch here to let go of the ladder. Ladder folds down. There's an arm here to stabilize it. Handle, safety rail. Climb on up and fold the mattress down. That's it. Done. And then you can do this.
This ladder is awesome and it's extremely safe to get in and out of in the middle of the night when you have to do those late night wheeze. Big wheeze. You got a grab handle there so you don't fall out, but it is actually not hard to get in and out of, which is awesome. So to enclose yourself, you've got this one up here, you got the canvas and the fly screen, Amy.
Okay. Oh. Do I do that again?
Oh, that's all right.
There's zips on the side. And then just to hold this down, there's a few cheeky clips.
Magnetized clips.
Magnetized clips. Don't pull it tight just yet. The other side on. One over here. And there's one in the middle that just goes round that ladder arm. Just like that. That's it. And then just pull them tight once they're all done up. And then there are some magnets in this bottom strip that just keep this down.
So that is pretty much it. This is really good for somebody that's on the move, trying to move quickly, doing an overnight stay and then needs to get going in the morning. It's something that is not hard at all to do. So you're not worrying about having to get to a spot and set up because it only takes minutes to do it, as you just saw. So this was actually really good for myself and Amy when we were tripping back down from Queensland after picking this up from Patriot HQ. So we were coming back down right when all the major floods were happening. We got stuck right in the middle of it. So what was meant to be a nice cruisy trip back down, we're going to do some really nice stops along New South Wales coastline. We didn't get to do any of it. We had to pretty much just keep ahead of that rain the whole way back down to Victoria. And although that sucked, although that was terrible, it really highlighted how awesome the X1-H is for quickly setting up. And then when that rain was setting in on us in the morning, we quickly packed up and got on the road straight away. And it was not hard to do. It would have been so much harder if we didn't have something like this to get the job done. We were so comfortable in that massive sleeping area inside there with the inner spring mattress. It did not matter. We got a good night's sleep, we packed up and we hit the road again, no problems at all. Ready to kick back, relax around the campfire and cook some dinner in Amy's favorite part of the Patriot, the kitchen, and the massive fridge on the slide. And it's also got all of the knives and forks, the holders, the tray up the top, and the sink, which has hot water because this has the Webasto hot water system on it. And there's a gas cooker as well, so you've got the gas cooker option. There's also a whole bunch of storage around it. Nice drawer systems.
Heaps of storage.
Storage is definitely something that the Patriot Camper is not lacking.
Plates. And then my favourite one, marshmallow holder.
The important stuff. And then you've also got the nice stainless steel bench here where you can prep dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever you're doing. It is a really good space to work on and it is extremely strong. Okay, so Amy's just showed you through all of the awesome kitchen setup, the fridge, the sink. I will mention there is a stand for the end of the sink there as well, so when you properly set up, pop that one in and adjust it to the right height for the ground level. Up the back of the trailer, there is no shortage for storage, like the rest of it, but there's more stuff up here. So we've got some wet storage boxes either side. You can put wet clothes in there. We've got a dustpan and brush and stuff in there, for instance. Anything that's just dirty and you don't want to have in your nice compartments. Behind the spare tyre carrier is, you guessed it, more storage. And it reveals a massive rear storage compartment with a drawer system. So this is fantastic for segregating all of your different bits of camping gear so they don't all just fall together and get into a big mess. I will mention quickly this one here. This is the 15 amp to 10 amp converter. So if you don't have 15 amp available, this drops it down to 10 so you can charge the trailer up wherever you have a power source. And up the top of that drawer system, you've got a bunch of storage up here where we have reclining chairs, we've got tables tucked in there. This storage compartment is huge. We also have our toolbox up the front, sand mat, and in the canvas bags in there, which come with the trailer, is the change room attachment to go onto the side of the canvas tent. And there's also a kids room on the later models. So this one is the early 2018, one of the first X1-H's that the Patriot built. And a few things have changed with their recent X1-H models. A lot of things are the same, but there are a few changes. So you also have some more storage underneath here. You have your inverter up there as well, so you can charge things on the go. That's part of the Red Arc system. We'll touch on that a little bit later in some other videos. We'll go into detail about what this trailer has and what it can achieve with charging capabilities. And up in here behind Amy's trusty hammock is the fuse box. So if you ever blow a fuse, there's spare ones in there and they're easy to get to and replace, and they're all labeled telling you what powers what. So up in the front, behind the Australian made logo, which is awesome about the Patriot Campers stuff, it's all Aussie made and designed. We'll flick this latch and there is more storage. So we've got our water up the top there. There's also some lights in here as well, some LED strip lights, which is also another great feature of the trailer. There is lights everywhere around it. You've also got a slide out tray down here for any bits and pieces that you wanted to put on there for easy access. You've also got some hexacore set up here for if you lose power. I believe this will show you how to open it up manually in case you lose power to the trailer, which is a really important thing to know. And up the front of the trailer, we have the two gas bottle holders because there is two gas cooking options on this camper trailer. You've got the gas cooker in the kitchen area, and also underneath this box is some of the best features about this trailer. One of them is the holder for the Weber, the baby Q. That's for the other gas bottle. But the Webasto diesel heater system housed in the Patriot Campers casing there is the hot water diesel system. And it is absolutely fantastic for a hot shower on the go. It takes no more than 10 minutes to heat this up and have a warm shower ready to roll. And it's also got a great feature of being able to heat the inside of the tent. So for seasons that are like snow seasons or really cold seasons up in the Victorian high country, it is going to be great to be able to jump in there of a night time and things are warm and you can get all cozy and have a good sleep. So while we're over here in the kitchen area, we may as well show you guys a really spectacular feature about this camper trailer to level it out if you're on uneven ground. And this was a massive issue for me and Amy when we were camping and we're in the swag, because if you're on anything that wasn't level, I would roll into Amy and squash her in the middle of the night. So this, for us, has completely changed the way that we sleep at night when we're camping. And Amy is going to run you through it because I know she's most excited about it. So it's an airbag man product, yep. And in through the Red Vision, the Red Arc system.
Down, turn it on.
Turn the compressor on.
This guy lights up. and then you can either blow it up or release the air.
From the airbag. And the pressures are on that dial, so it shows you how many PSIs are in each airbag. And you don't have to get them even, obviously. They may be showing a little bit different when you're setting them up.
Depends on the ground you're on.
Yeah, exactly. So that you're not trying to get them even, you're trying to level out the trailer.
So here are your little levels. This one here is controlled by the jockey wheel, so you adjust your jockey wheel until that bubble's in the middle. And this one here is your airbags.
So there you have it. A quick setup of the Patriot Campers X1-H camper trailer. Showing you exactly how easy this thing is to set up and some of the storage compartments in there. We still have things like the awning that we need to show you guys how to set up, and all of the Red Arc system, a bit more of an in-depth video on that. A bunch of other stuff. We'll show you how to use a heater, we'll show you how to use the cookers, we'll show you a bit more of that sort of stuff. Change room going on. There's lots of things that we've got to show you guys, but this is a quick setup video to show you what we're doing and how we're going to be camping now for a little while. I think we're going to be loaning this from Patriot Campers for the YouTube channel for about 6 months at this point. So we're going to be able to show you guys a range of different things that we're going to be doing in this, and hopefully some really cool off-roading with it as well, because underneath, which I'll show you guys, there is a very awesome suspension system which is very capable, much like my Navara. It's a very capable car, so we want this thing to be able to follow us up through the high country on some of our other adventures. Anyway, we're going to go and keep setting this up, set up the campsite. We have Lockie and Lindsay joining us soon. They're coming down to do a camping trip with us as well. They've got their big F truck and they're going to be borrowing some of our camping gear because they normally tow around a fifth wheeler. So they don't have camping gear. So we're going to loan them some of ours to come and do a quick overnight trip. And do a bit of a cook up, bit of dinner, and a bit of sitting around the fire and chilling out like usual. Scared the crap out of me. We're all set up for the night. Campsite's looking awesome. Amy and Lindsay have got the fire going. That's looking good too. And Lockie, what's Lockie up to? Hello, mates.
Gonna have a bit of a paddle in the river.
Bit of a paddle. Lindsay is cooking up a stew on the Patriot Camper kitchen. This looks and smells, I know you can't smell it guys, but this smells amazing. So Lindsay ideally would be cooking this stew in a cast iron pot, but we forgot to bring one. So we're doing what we can with what we have, and that's 2 saucepans. And she's doing an amazing job. Oh, look at that.
Gonna get all the sauce.
And the kitchen is going great as well. Everything's going really good. Fridge is accessible. We've also obviously got the Weber in here as well. If we wanted to fire that up, we probably will for brekkie. What's going on, Ames?
This is our crib.
It's massive, by the way. This thing is huge. So much space. I'm like 6'2", Amy's a midget, and we both fit in here, no problems at all.
Heaps of ventilation, big windows.
Yeah, big windows on the side. Both sides. It's got the front fly screen as well, and the canvas that you can fold down. That's the window on the back, which isn't on the later models. That's an early model thing. They have actually closed that in. But all in all, this thing is super comfortable. And as you guys saw, it is so quick to set up as well. Just for a quick stopover, like an overnight stop, you can set this up really quickly.
Yes, and for a girl who has a partner who's 6'2", more than enough room.
And for a guy that has a mate that's 6'3", there is also plenty of room. I'm that mate.
This guy.
I walk on the river like it's easier than I got evils in my pocket, and your will is in my hand. Your will is in my hand. And I throw in the cart that I stand upon so still. Love is all from what I've heard. My heart's learned
Thanks for joining us in this first episode of our Patriot Camper Adventures. We can't wait to take you into the Victorian High Country in the next episode and really give the Patriot trailer a workout through some difficult climbs and deep river crossings. Let us know in the comments below what you're most interested in seeing us do with the Patriot Camper trailer.
Oh, I said I could rise from a hardness of our gold. Here come the tears, but like always, I let them go. Just let them go.